You got challenges that you're going to run across.
The next year, we had some really high expectations.
That was 2000, right? That's the year you had 9 first rounders starting. Name some of the guys that was on that team.
Well, we just on defense, we had 9 first rounders on our defense starting. Bruce Smith, Hall of Famer, he had come over from Buffalo. We had Deion Sanders came over from the Cowboys. We already had Champ Bailey, and we already had Darryl Green on that team, but had some other guys. Marco Coleman, first round DN, was playing with us. Big Daddy Dan Wilkerson playing D tackle inside. Dana Stubblefield was playing defensive tackle. Man, Mark Carrier was playing safety, first rounder from USC, who I thought, man, I thought he was really special as a safety. Just was a true ball hawk. And, man, there were a couple other guys. LeVar Arrington was playing linebacker. He was a rookie. Rookie first-round pick. He was the second pick in the draft. And, man, there was another linebacker that was a first-rounder, Robert Evans.
Was Darryl Green there?
Darryl Green was there. Darryl Green was on that team. So we had 3 Hall of Fame corners.
Wow.
On one team. And we really, if we had stayed healthy, we had injuries on offense that hurt us. Michael Westbrook was playing receiver. He dealt with some injuries that year, was out. Stephen Davis had some nagging injuries. Our running back, who had been a Pro Bowler the year before. Our quarterback, Brad Johnson, kind of dealt with some injuries. We lost our top offensive lineman, guy by the name of Trey Johnson, that played O-line. So offensively, we had a hard time scoring points, but defensively, we were really good. We were top 5 defense. Matter of fact, we played the Ravens that year, and they won the Super Bowl that year, and they had a great defense. People say one of the best. Mm-hmm. And we ended up beating them at our place about the middle of the season. And, then those injuries just kind of kept, took their toll on us. And, so that was kind of the team that we thought we were going to go. And, you get those injuries and it doesn't happen. So we ended up 8-8 and didn't make the playoffs.
I remember, let's talk about, I just read something 2 days ago that said the Redskins had the least amount of season tickets sold this year, and they almost is the worst fan base this year that they've seen. But in 2000, the Redskins was the number 1 fan base in the NFL. I remember that. They were the number 1. They sold more tickets than anything in 2000.
Well, we played 4 games. We had 4 Monday night games that year. I mean, that's how. Wow. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, just because of the star power that we had on that team. You think about obviously Deion Sanders, who's still just a mega.
Hold on a second. Before you go into all that, give me a Deion Sanders story, because I know you got to have a prime time story. That so let me hear.
I'll give you a quick one on Prime, man. I'll never forget. When he first got there, I wasn't playing like I started on defense, so I'd play kickoff team and punt team to help the team. Mm-hmm. But Prime made me want to play on the punt return team. He made me want to play punt return.
Oh, you can block for him or something?
Yeah, so I could block for him, but this is the reason. So the first special teams meeting we have, the special teams coordinator gets up, a guy named Charles Daniels, and he says, "Hey, Prime want to say something to you guys. Deion want to talk to the team for a minute, to the group, to the special team group." And he said, he walked up, he said, "I got 4 for the row." And I'm looking like, the row? He like, "I got 4 for the row." He was talking about Rolex. So basically what he said, if you're on the punt return team and he returned 4 punt returns for a touchdown,
everybody get a Rolex?
Everybody get a Rolex. So man, I was trying to get on the punt return team. Man, you talk about a guy, man, that he kept it light, man. He said some stuff.
I remember back in the day you told me one about when you did that commercial though. What about that one?
Oh man. Yeah, Yeah, back then, like I said, we had all those big national stars, like Champ and Dion and doggone LeVar, all those guys doing big national commercials. Well, I wasn't a bad player. Like I led the team in tackles the year before that, and was doing pretty good. And so I had some local stuff going on. Like I'd have like a car deal or autograph sessions I'd do at different places. But I had a clothing deal with a clothing store, and I did a commercial for them. So I go do this commercial, and when I go in, because I've been on television before, like on those shows. And normally, with brothers, man, they'll kind of dash your forehead with a little bit of, makeup or whatever, keep the shine off that type of deal. Right. So there's certain things they do to prepare you to get on television. And so they didn't do none of that. I mean, I'm looking like I don't see hardly any lights for lighting, all that type of stuff. So I'm like, man, this thing gonna be bootleg, So I go ahead, I do the commercial. And about a week later, I'm sitting in the locker room.
Now, wait. What did the commercial show? Was it on cable? Or was it on?
Well, it was okay. So that's the funny part. So it was, back then, like you had your major stations, and then you had the little off-brand stations, and that only people in your town saw, and a lot of people didn't watch some of the stations. So it was on like a little station that I didn't think anybody was going to be paying attention to. I didn't think nobody was going to watch it, right? So sure enough, I'm sitting in the locker room one day. Dion comes in and he walks over. He says, "Shade, do you want me to bring the tape in or you gonna bring it in?" He said, "Man, that commercial was bootleg." I said, I just looked at him. I was like, man, he just started laughing, man.
Hey, out of all people, he the one who saw it.
Out of all people, he the one that saw it, man. And I'm telling you now. So I mean, he was a funny guy, though. He was funny.
So what was your best time in Washington that you could think of? Like, now, did you live in the city? You live in Maryland? Where did you live?
Well, it's kind of an interesting deal. It's the Washington Redskins. The team is not in D.C. They used to be in D.C. when they were playing at RFK Stadium. So the stadium is in Landover, Maryland. Okay. And the team practice facility is in Ashburn, Virginia, which is right next to Dulles Airport. Okay. So actually the practice facility and the stadium without traffic are about 50 minutes apart.
Wow.
With traffic, which in DC there's always a lot of traffic. That's right. Talking about over an hour drive to get there. So it was just kind of an interesting deal. But I lived out in Virginia. Pretty much everybody, all our players lived out in Virginia.
Kind of in between?
Yeah. Say again?
Was it kind of in between?
Well, no, actually, most guys lived in Ashburn, right out by the practice facility.
Oh, okay.
I probably lived about 15, 20 minutes from the practice facility. Actually, I always went against traffic when I was going. So I lived a little bit closer to DC. So I'd be driving out, toward Ashburn. So really didn't have to be in any traffic and stuff like that. But
you got challenges that you're going to run across.
Hey, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit the little bell, do the all thing.